I've noticed recently there's a lot of talk about fatigue resistance in cycling, so if you want to know more about that, then keep watching. First, what is fatigue resistance? That is the thought process that you can continually ride at a strong aerobic effort and still have the power and strength to be able to hold that number right to the end when things get tough and still put a bit of power out. As a long distance cyclist myself who takes on hilly long challenges, I think it's important not just to train the physiological aspect, but also the psychological aspect of your cycling. So you know that when things get spicy, you can push and then back it off again and hold really good numbers. From a physiological standpoint, what is the most optimal way to develop fatigue resistance when you do longer rides? I think we can all agree that sitting in aerobic capacity for a length of time is going to develop your aerobic engine. So it's going to increase the pool of mitochondria and muscles to be able to suck in lactate and use it as a fuel source. And when you look at Inigo Samalan's advice on training, he suggests that you stick all your aerobic capacity at the front and then load all your intensity at the back so it doesn't blunt your aerobic training adaptations. Now, there are some things to consider. So if you want to get really good quality out of your training and you have done a lot of tough training over the week, then maybe putting them at the front of your ride is going to give you better quality of training. Yes, it takes 30 minutes for you to drop lactate back down to where you're going to get great training adaptations in your aerobic capacity, but is that major problem if you're going to be riding for, let's say, 2 to 3 hours afterwards? I don't think so. Definitely from experience, I've done both with cyclists that I coach when they're going to go and do longer races and ride them at tough intensities. From a psychological perspective, I imagine how confident you would be if you rode really long and then put in 3 times 10 threshold or over threshold efforts going up hills and felt really confident that you were still holding those numbers and then rode home. You'd be like, this training's working and I feel like I'm going to be in good shape for my event. And the same can be said for loading the intensity at the front of a really long ride. I think importantly to get across, you want to stick to those zones that have been prescribed to you in training rather than mess around with it and play, because that way you know that you're getting the training adaptation that we're looking for, and it's going to build your confidence that when you do go into an event, you are super ready for it. If you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit like and drop me a follow.